Hey, it's Les from Comfortable Shoes Studio, and I'm here with another review, this time of the My Liang 48 color watercolor set. This is a budget-friendly set from Amazon. So I picked up this set for $23 and change. And right now, looking at Amazon, there are a bunch of different sets. The smallest set is 36 colors. That has all of the colors in this set minus the metallics. The metallics are what brought it up to 48 colors. There are a couple of other sets on there with also the 36 colors or 52 colors. They all come with different bundles in terms of bundled together extra items. This one came bundled with the water brush, and that was it. And that works for me. I wasn't buying it for the water brush. That being said, the water brush is actually pretty nice. So I just want to put out the caveat that I review these items for art journaling and for sketching. I'm not reviewing things with the eye towards professional art making or art making that I might sell. Though this is a set that I think you absolutely could get away with making professional work that you're going to sell made out of items in this set. It is a very good set, and I'll get into why I think so in just a moment. So, one of the things that I look for in watercolors is first off, for a beginner set like this, you want a range of colors so that you can figure out what colors you actually will want to use in your either urban sketching, your art journaling, or things like that. In my case, 48 colors is way more colors than I'm ever going to use. And the additional, what is it, like 9 colors that are metallics, I'm never going to use those metallic colors except for maybe in spots in my art journal where I want something to look metallic. I'm just not a metallic watercolor person. I do have a set of watercolors that are metallic or have that shimmery sheen that these have, that I've had for over 10 years and I've never touched or rarely touched. They're fun, they're just not for me. But in terms of being a beginner, 36 regular colors will let you know what colors you're going to use. And I really think that in terms of watercolors, you're looking for colors that work if you're doing urban sketching or sketching outdoors. You're looking for things that are going to match your location. You want to be able to mix the things that you see in your area. You want to match colors to that if you're going for realism. Or, you're going to figure out what colors you're drawn towards that work for you in your artwork. Um, so 36 colors that of normal colors are going to be great. And then for art journaling, maybe you're going to add some pops of metallic stuff in there. I don't know. Everyone does their art journaling different, and so having a huge range of colors is only going to be beneficial in figuring out what you want as a beginner. So I'm really looking at this as a beginner set, but I also think it's a set that someone who is a little more skilled and seasoned would be really happy with. Now, in terms of urban sketching, a 48 color set is a lot of colors to drag around with you. This tin is not compact. It is a big tin. The way that the colors are set into the tin is with a molded plastic piece that fits in pretty well. It's pretty snug in there. And then it's also got an area, a mixing area in the top lid, and then an area to hold the water brush that comes with the set. I did find that moving things around, shoving it into my bag, I did end up denting the top lid. So it's not the sturdiest tin that I've ever used. And also, it's pretty big. This feels more like something that I might use in the studio, or I pop out some of those pans and put them into a pocket size or a travel sized tin. Now, these pans are about half pan size. I suspect that they are probably measured by milliliter instead of the more European traditional pan size, and that's fine. I find that happens a lot out of with inexpensive pans out of China. Um, they're close, but they're not quite exact. So what I did with them was I glued a magnet to the base of each one so that I can put these into a tin and it'll magnetize itself to the bottom of the tin. It works pretty well. Um, I have so many watercolor tins at this point that I don't necessarily need to do that. Now, the good things about this watercolor set, the colors, all of them, re-wet really easily. I went through, I put a couple of drops of water onto each one, and they were easy to swatch. As you saw in the beginning, I swatched these on the swatch card that came with them, and then I also swatched them in my art journal so that I could see how they were going to look on that particular paper. And that is something that I do in all of my new art journals when I get them. I test every watercolor or material that I'm going to use. And, you know, it's something that I would suggest that you do as well. Um, the other thing that I really liked with these was, again, I go back to that re-wetting. And this is something that when I'm sketching is really important. I don't want to scrub and scrub and scrub and scrub at the watercolors to lift that color up and into the brush and then get it on my page. What I really want to do is touch my brush to the watercolor and lift up color. And I want to do that quickly. I don't want to mess around with wetting it and then going back to it. That just leads to frustration. So in the case of these watercolors, they re-wet really easily. I was able to lift up a fair amount of color, transfer it into the tint, the lid for mixing, add more color relatively easily, move that color around relatively easily and quickly. And also, you know, each time I touched the pan, I lifted up more color, and that's important. Like, you want the color when it's wet to come up stronger each time. It's just showing that the pan is re-wetting really well. And that made me super happy. So the other thing is the 36 regular colors are very much professional colors, in that the browns are the right colors, the yellow ochre is actually yellow ochre, the blues are the right shades. You know, there's a cerulean, um, there's an ultramarine. There, all of the colors that you would expect in a 36 color professional palette are there. I doubt that they're real pigments. They're probably hue pigments. And I'm happy with hue pigments. I prefer not to have toxic chemicals or toxic materials in them. Maybe there are toxic materials in them. But the colors are also vibrant. Like I said, you lift up a fair amount of color into your brush with minimal work, and you know the colors look really good on the page. They're, like I said, they're vibrant. They're intense. I'm not having to put layer after layer after layer to get the color that I want. I'm also not having to scrub the colors to get the color that I'm looking for. Um, and I'm just really happy with how these look, how they're performing, and all of that. Um, so I think like the important thing is that you can mix any colors that you want. You can match the colors to your environment, or figure that, you know, if you're working super bright and abstract, you're going to be able to get the colors that you want out of this set. You're also going to figure out what colors you like and what colors are you going to want to add or replace to this set relatively easily, because the colors actually match professional colors that you can buy in tubes, or you can buy the pans on their own. And when you start in watercolor, that's important that you are actually buying watercolors that you can replace or complete your set by buying tubes or new pans. For me, this is a good set because the names of the colors will match professional colors. Um, So yeah, I'm super happy with the $23 that I spent on this set. I think it's worth the money. I was kind of surprised. I saw these are kind of viral right now. A lot of art journalers are using them, and I think they're worth it. I really do. It's just a really good set of color. So anyway, thank you for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you have found this helpful, head on over to my Ko-fi page and buy me a cup of coffee so that I can continue making content like this. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate all of the thumbs up, the likes, and the comments. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.